Hey my friends, how are you all doing out there? I hope that you are all doing fan-freaking-tastic and you're ready to hang out with me and chit-chat about some makeup products. Today in this video, I want to share with you guys makeup purchases that I made specifically for the packaging. So I was inspired to do this video a couple weeks ago when I was going through my whole makeup organization system and trying to see what else I can declutter. I did recently do a massive declutter, but I've still been hanging on to some stuff. And when I realized some of the stuff that I didn't want to get rid of was specifically for the packaging, it got me thinking, how much of this stuff have I actually purchased, have I bought just for the packaging? And it turns out I have a pretty decent amount of it. I got a whole basket here. I have some eyeshadow palettes stacked over here that I want to share with you guys, but I know that I'm not alone in this. I know probably most of us, at the very least, probably are guilty of doing this every now and then as well, which is totally fine. Listen, I need makeup to inspire me, so I'm all for some beautiful packaging, but we do want to hope that what's inside does perform well and it's to our liking and stuff. So I pulled products that originally I purchased just because, like, wow, like it was eye-catching. I love it. It's beautiful. I needed to collect it. I'm looking at you, eyeshadow palettes. I'm trying to get better about it and try to find, you know, a nice balance. And I think I do overall have a nice balance. And I don't purposely try to buy things just because the packaging is nice and the inside is like whatever. I look at the packaging first and then I'm like, okay, the inside makes sense. It's good. Eyeshadow palettes specifically, I'll go over in a little bit, but there are some that it's like I probably didn't care what the color story was because I wanted to collect the piece, which, you know, it's not the best idea necessarily, but, you know. And I do want to mention, I thought originally that I came up with this concept by myself in my own brain. However, there's a handful of people here on YouTube who have actually already done this video all the way back to like 4 years ago. So if you want to see more videos like this and stuff, you could definitely search that on YouTube and check out everybody else's videos who's done this. Super cool concept, super fun idea. And I want to do more like makeup I bought because videos, because I think that it would be super fun. Okay, we're gonna dive into that. Before we do, I would love it if you consider subscribing to my channel here on YouTube by hitting that little red button down below and tap that bell if you want to get notified when I post more videos, which is 3 times a week. My name is Ashley Ellix, by the way. You guys probably already know that. You already know me. But anyways, if you are curious to see what makeup products I've bought just for the packaging, oh, then you're in the right place. And all you need to do now is sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Boop. Some of the products I'm going to be showing you guys today did actually work out very nicely for me, and some of them are my favorites, but there are some products in here that just didn't work for me, and it just truly was a packaging thing, and I probably need to not hoard them and get rid of them, but it's hard. So who's with me? And actually most of the makeup that I am wearing today, I filmed for you guys to see me applying them so you can see some of these products in action. And I just thought that would be fun, give you something else to look at. So I'm going to be going through all of this and we're going to be doing that. Okay, let's begin. So starting with primer, I have the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer, which looks super gimmicky, right? It is supposed to be a nice dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer though, and I will say it is a very good dupe for that. I've used it about 6 or 7 times now, including today, and I just think it is fantastic. I originally saw the launch of the Jelly Pop line and I was like, oh my goodness, it's so cute. It's like literally the cutest thing I've ever seen e.l.f. come out with, and a packaging want and need was born within me. So I did have to wait a little bit to get this because it was out of stock for so long, but when I got my hands on it, I was so excited. It has a really nice watermelon-y smell. It's a good product. So yes, the packaging did get me, and I had to think about with these products, this one in particular, would I have bought it? Would I have gravitated to it if it was in the regular e.l.f. packaging? And it was a hard no. Like I've never been inspired to buy one of those regular e.l.f. primers before, but this one, I was like stalking Ulta to find out when it was going to be restocked to see, because I wanted it. And the packaging, but I do love it, and I do think it is an amazing dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So there you go. Okay, foundation. This was an easy one for me. I knew right away which foundation that I purchased simply because I liked the packaging and no other reason other than that, and that is the Tarte Found Sealer. I mean, look it. Oh! How cute. I am a sucker for anything that you like pop open like that. There are some skincare products that you like pump the top and it like comes out in the middle like a volcano. I love that. I don't use those anymore, but I used to buy them just for that. I'm a sucker for that gimmicky opening things differently type of packaging, and this one is no different. Now I bought this product even though I saw a lot of mixed reviews on it, which says a lot about how much I think the packaging was cute, and it just got me because the idea of it just seemed very nice, and I went for it. So that foundation there, I've only used it a couple times now, so I don't have like a solid review for you guys, except that today when I used it, I just think it looks really nice. My skin looks really healthy. I like that you could build it up and kind of customize it. On the other days that I've used it, I've worn it to be a light foundation, but today I was able to build it up a little bit, and I think it paired really nicely with the primer. So I'm glad that the foundation on the inside matched the excitement on the outside. Okay, next up we would have concealer. Now I'm out of this concealer because I've already gone through 2 tubes of it because I love it so much, but I definitely think it was a packaging thing that made me buy it, and that's the Jeffree Star Magic Concealer. I do have the white shade that I can show you guys. It is, I mean, look at it. It is so cute. I mean, on one hand, I probably would have bought in whatever concealer style he came out with because I wanted to try his formula, but at the end of the day, if I was not on YouTube reviewing things, I would have seen this and I would have wanted it because it is so freaking cute. I'm so glad that it lives up to the hype in my opinion, and it's one of my favorite concealers. I use this white one as an eyeshadow base. You can see me applying that, and I just think it works very nicely. Would I buy a white one again? Probably not because of the price point and how fast you can go through these, but it is cute and it makes me think about using it because the packaging is just so pretty. I mean, you can't deny it. And the concealer, I love it. The only thing I hate about the concealer is that the price point is higher or the same as Shape Tape around that price, but it's half the size. So I go through it way too fast. It makes me not repurchase very often. I'm actually just waiting for another sale before I buy another one because I just, this one, hands down, I bought just for the packaging. Like, I watched a couple reviews on it, but I didn't really even care what they said because I knew that I wanted it. And it's such a simple packaging. Like, how do they get me almost every time? And that's the Milk Setting Powder. What is it about this powder that is so unique that my little heart wanted it? I don't know, you guys. I also feel like it's the inside packaging that draws me to it. I love that this little flip top right there so you can close it, and the little net in there because I have the Tarte Shape Tape powder and I love that net too. This one though, you can close it, and I just think it's very nice and developed very well. Milk gets me. They know how to get me. They make the cutest, most simple, minimalistic packaging that I just think is so just pretty and just nice. It's kind of like Lush. I don't know what it is about Lush products, but I just want all of them. Do I like this powder or not? I am still undecided after all these months. I don't hate it, but I don't think it's like, it's not the best on my list, but it's not middle either. I say it's middle high on a list of like low to high ranking. My favorite loose setting powder is actually the e.l.f. Halo Hydrating Powder. I've been using that for a month or two now, and I love it. I think it is so beautiful for my dry skin. And then the Hourglass powder, and then a close third to Hourglass would be this one. This is almost as nice as the Hourglass powder, but just doesn't quite beat it, but I can't put my finger on why it doesn't. I used it today, as you see right here, and it looks very nice. I really like it. I need to start playing with it again, because maybe I need to do a side-by-side to this in Hourglass. I don't know, but nonetheless, the reason why I originally bought this was the packaging. It's frosted, the font's cute, I like the inside container. That's what happens. Let's do this little face palette. Now, I don't buy face palettes very often because I learned a long time ago there's a lot of things in there that I won't use, and it's kind of a waste. So I try to buy just the individual stuff with the exception of a couple things. But this one always I had my eye on, and it was always in the back of my mind, like maybe one day I'll get it because it's so pretty. And that's the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. And with that said, I haven't bought any of the natural eyes or anything, but they're still in the back of my mind because they're so pretty. I've bought them for people as gifts, and I've every time almost bought it for myself too, but then I was like, no, Ashley, you have a million palettes and you don't wear that many neutral shades. Calm down. So yeah, this one was always on the back of my mind, and what actually finally sold me on it was my best friend. I was visiting up north and she was wearing two of the highlighters in here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I officially need it. So I mean, I guess you could say that's a little bit mixed, but for the most part, I originally bought it and was sold on the packaging, and it just confirmed that I needed it when my best friend was like raving about it. So it is nice. I don't use it nearly as much as I thought I would because the bronzers are a nice shade. However, they're not that forgiving because they're so pigmented. Like I have to dip it and then tap a lot of it off and then blend out because it will just be like too much. I don't get a lot of use out of this bottom one because it's a little bit deeper and it has a lot of shimmer in there. So I tend to mix the two, and that seems to be a good balance. I love this blush. I think it is very pretty, but this one right here, you know, it doesn't have like enough blushy tone in it, and it's not bronzy. It's not even showing up on my finger. It's like, what is it? So I'm not going to get used out of that one. The highlighters, they are pretty. While I do enjoy using this occasionally, and it is very pretty to look at the end of the day, I wouldn't say to go out of your way and get it unless you really feel like you can utilize every shade in here, which most people can't. And that's why I tend not to buy face palettes unless I really think I'm going to, you know? That's the thing with face palettes. There's always like this convenience factor of like traveling and stuff that I think, oh, I'll just throw that in there and it'll be nice. But then I don't. And I grab my old standbys that I use all the time, and I don't grab things like this, even though it has 3 of the products that I would need in it. Also, it's heavy, so you know? Now blush today, I actually use something that I love it, you guys. You probably saw my review recently, and if you didn't, I'll tell you right now. The cute little ColourPop Sailor Moon blush. This is in Cat's Eye. Okay. I am a sucker for like character packaging, okay? This is not gonna ever stop. It's not gonna go away. It is so cute. I love Sailor Moon, and this is just adorable. I think they did such a cute job on this, and I love the blush. So I was very pleased and excited to enjoy it because it's not just what's on the outside that counts, inside counts too. So even though the packaging is what got me, I've been using this quite a bit almost every time I've done my makeup since that first review video, and I've just been enjoying it. It's like the perfect shade for me. It is so nice. I was expecting it to be more coral, but it's not, but we already went into that in that video. And I've never tried any blushes from ColourPop, so that's how I knew the packaging is what sold me, because if I've never been interested in any of the ColourPop blushes in the past, but now I'm suddenly into this one, it's because of the packaging, 100%. I mean, now I feel like maybe I should try some of their other blushes, so it's kind of like a gateway product, ColourPop, gateway blush. I'm excited. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I didn't use this today, but I think it's worth mentioning because if you guys have been around on my channel, you probably know this one. The SpongeBob Hip Dot Blush Bronzer set called Sandy Cheeks. I hate this product so much. I've even done a video recently, I think, using products that I hate, and I got it to work fine, but it is so insanely pigmented that it's not very friendly to like doing your makeup quick or in a reasonable amount of time. You have to like dip it and tap it off, wipe it on a towel, and then go in with it, unless you need something super pigmented. I love the idea of it. It is massive. Like, look at my palm. It is huge. There's a little mirror inside that makes you feel like your Sandy Cheeks in Bikini Bottom, and it's so adorable. It has SpongeBob and Sandy. So talking about character packaging, I 1000% bought this just for the packaging. I was super excited that there was a blush and bronzer set in there, and I was like, cool, awesome. But I wasn't looking at swatches or anything when I bought this. I just bought this, and then I was like, oh, that's pigmented. And I usually don't like my blushes and bronzers to be that pigmented, especially my blushes. I'm not like super into like blushes, and this one didn't come to play. It came to work as a blush on your face, and they want everybody to know it. Now, highlighter. Okay, you know that I just bought this for the crystals. 1000%. I mean, like, almost how could you not until you see the performance of it, and then you're like, oh, that's how I cannot. This is the Smashbox X Hood Witch collab. I mean, even the inside is all diamond. If you're not familiar with this, but you know about the Smashbox and Vlada highlighters that everybody was disappointed in, those beautiful rose ones, that is almost the same formula as this one, which is so disappointing. You cannot take a dry brush in and go for it. It's like nothing. So you have to wet your brush beforehand, which isn't the worst thing, but you have to wet your brush and then you need to like dig into it, and then you can go and then you can layer up. So it is a pretty highlighter, and that's part of the reason why I haven't decluttered it yet. Not only because I'm obsessed with the packaging, but because I can get it to work, but there are much easier highlighters out there if you're just looking for a highlighter that does a good job. For instance, the Ofra, I always mix it up. It's either Cloud9 or Space Baby. That's a pink highlighter that is almost identical to the tone of this, except you just dip your dry brush in, you put it on your face, you walk out the door, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. You don't have to work at this. I think it's pretty stupid that you have to work at this to get it to work. I mean, it didn't say anywhere on the packaging, like, use a wet brush, like nothing. So I was disappointed in the performance. It does look beautiful though. You probably can find these at TJ Maxx and Nordstrom's Rack and all of that. Don't buy this full price if you don't care and you want to get it anyways. So I have this little stack of eyeshadows here, and I honestly, I could be missing some. So you'll notice this is all a stack of character eyeshadow palettes that I bought just because of the characters and the collecting purposes. So going back to SpongeBob, I 100% bought this just because it's SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob, and I think that HipDot did such a beautiful job incorporating SpongeBob and all the characters without it looking too childlike. I think it looks very grown up and cute. Yes, I do like the eyeshadows inside. I think it's a very fun palette, but I don't think that I cared that much about what was on the inside. That's a problem I need to work on probably, but I mean, I love it. Maybe it's also because I play with all different types of makeup, from neutral tones to bright and fun colors. That's why I didn't really care. I guess if it was something that like really didn't make sense, I would have been like, I don't know, but nonetheless, I bought it just for the packaging. How many times have I used this palette though? You might want to know. 4. That's not enough. That's not enough times. I need to use this more. What's my problem? I only have so many eyes. Sailor Moon, which we just talked about the blush for a minute. So obviously I just bought this one for the packaging originally. I think that it is so cute and I'm obsessed with it. Does the eyeshadow palette work well? Yes, it does. I do like it. Could they have put other colors in there and I still probably would have liked it? Yeah. Do I like this for spring though? Yeah, I love that for spring. I think that it matches the theme of the outside and everything, and the colors go very nicely together. Let me tell you the other gateway product from ColourPop that led me into my ColourPop eyeshadow obsession, specifically ColourPop Disney Designer Princess Palette. This was my first palette I ever bought from ColourPop. For all those years, people were telling me, you gotta try ColourPop shadows, you got to try them, and I never got around to it, and it's probably because of the packaging. I was never like, it didn't draw me in. The eyeshadows, like, yeah, those look beautiful, I like that combination, but I wasn't sold until this came out. Did I even look at the eyeshadow palette colors? I don't even know that I did, honestly. I remember I was in Hawaii when I found out this was launched, and it was like, I think the middle of the night when it got leaked on Trend Moods. Like, I have a problem, okay? I am constantly looking at makeup stuff and everything and watching Trend Moods and seeing what's launching. So I was like, oh my gosh, somebody's collabing with Disney princesses. Oh, I need it. So yeah, I don't even remember if I looked at the shadows. I do really love the shadows and they are amazing, and I'm really glad that ColourPop got me hooked on this princess palette because I am a believer now in their shadows. I was just kind of like, I gotta have it, at least for my collection. I just think it looks so pretty out and it's so beautiful. And I love that they went with the designer series. It's so like out of the box and more grown up feeling, kind of like what HipDot did with SpongeBob. And I love it. So when I got the shadows and they performed nicely, I was like, oh, well, that's good. That's good that what's on the inside did count and the products are actually pretty good. So needless to say, anytime ColourPop came out with more Disney stuff, ya girl bought it. And now even Sailor Moon. So of course, when Anna and Elsa came out in the fall or winter of this last year, I had to get it. I had to get them. They are so cute. They are so pretty. This one is totally Anna. This one, however, and if I paid attention more, I probably would have noticed it before I purchased it. There's not as many looks you can do with this one. I did do like a 2 looks 1 palette using this one, and I had some fun and I came up with some good looks, but I did find some struggles with it. Even though it's 9 pans, it's like one of them is that pressed glitter, which I love, but some people don't. That's almost the same shade that's in the Anna one. It just has a different shift in that one. I felt like this one was more versatile than this one. So my opinion is, if you are trying to decide between these two still and you want to grab one day, I think the Anna one is more for like your everyday type of work looks and school safe looks and everything. The Elsa palette, it's, you know, those two shades are too similar in my opinion. These ones don't have enough color payoff, so I 100% bought this just for the packaging. Didn't really look at the color story, just wanted to try them out, just wanted to add them to my ColourPop Disney collection. But I do like them. This one you just might have a harder time with. Hopefully that makes sense. I tend to ramble, sorry. I don't know which one came first, Frozen or this one. Well, either way, nonetheless, Midnight Masquerade from the Disney Designer Collection with ColourPop. I of course had to have it because I already had the first one. And look at that packaging. It is so cute. The shape of it was just so, it just drew me in. I don't know why. Like this one drew me in, and then this one I was like, oh man, if this was square, would I feel like such a way about it? Or rectangle, whatever? I don't know. Something about that shape is just, I don't know, you guys. I love it. And on the inside, all the princesses being there, and then this gold packaging down here. I mean, look at, I just talked about 4 different selling points just on the packaging alone without actually getting to the shadows. And that was kind of my snowball when looking at this product. I was like, oh my gosh, the packaging is so cute. Oh my gosh, what is that shape? Oh my gosh, when you open it, the princesses and the gold against it, it just, woo, pitter patter my heart. And then I get to the actual eyeshadows. I love the eyeshadows. This is one of my favorite palettes of this last year. I think it is so gorgeous and so pretty. This one, I don't have any trouble coming up with looks. It's just so fun, and you have a nice balance of tones in there. You can have some fun, and then you can have some more work-friendly tones. But I'm a sucker. ColourPop totally got me as soon as they started doing these collabs with more characters and stuff. And now I'm looking over there in my drawer, and I have 6 of the monochromatic palettes, and I have only touched a couple of them. And I want to say those ones I almost went for just for the packaging because of the monochromatic feel of the Roy G. Biv that I like to do the rainbow collection, and they're all stacked up so beautifully over there. And I've only gotten to a couple of them to use. They perform beautifully, and I know now when I buy ColourPop eyeshadows that I don't have anything to worry about, so I do like that. Now, one more eyeshadow palette that I 1000% bought just for the packaging, and that's the Too Faced Then and Now palette. Look at this. This is so cute. This is so beautiful. But when I was going through my collection over here, I was thinking, would I buy this if I just saw this color story in like a black palette only, just without anything? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, that kind of goes for, yeah, all of these. Like, do any of these, I don't know if any of these palettes just stand out to me if they were in a simple black, you know, standard palette organizer. I don't know. This one, maybe, but that's not why I originally bought it. I originally bought it for the packaging. You know what does that make sense? You know what I mean? Because there are tons of eyeshadow palettes out there that are beautiful and fun, but they don't get my attention because they're not in cute packaging. Oh my gosh, I have a problem. I don't know though. Maybe this one I would buy. It is unique. It is different. And that's kind of something that I look for when I'm just looking at a color story. But, you kind of feel a little stuck with this palette. I don't want to harp on it for too long because it's not available anymore unless you can find it at TJ Maxx or something. I had some fun with this the first few months that I got it, and I did like playing with it, but I noticed as the more I used it, it's more of a companion palette that you would just pop in, you would do something else, and then you could just pop in some purple, pop in some blue. I kind of started to feel stuck the more looks that I was trying to use with it. I didn't have any problems with the quality of it. I thought overall it was really fun, but I know some people out there did, so the inconsistencies scare me. But I mean, it's discontinued now, so we don't have to deal with it. But this I 100% bought just for the packaging. So much so that they even had an eye version of it where some eyes like drawn in black, and I hated that. It looked very like, I don't know, just I didn't like it. That I like went and made sure that I could find this one in a Sephora, and I bought it in person to make sure that it was the font because I loved it. So I'm having a really hard time decluttering this one, and that's purely because of the packaging, you guys. My sister was trying to find this, and I think I really should probably declutter it to her and pass it along because I think she'll actually get use out of it. But it's so pretty. Dude, what is my problem? Oh my gosh. I need a Mary Kondo or whatever her name is, this area because, oh. Another eyeshadow palette I want to mention just for the packaging was the Hood Witch packaging, the Smashbox one. Eyeshadows performed very nicely. They were good. Let me grab it. Here, okay, this palette right here. Now Smashbox has these eyeshadow palettes right now, currently, where they have, what, 8 pans in there? Have I bought any of them? No. Do they have the crystals on it? No. That's why I haven't bought any of them. I literally bought this because of the crystals. Do they perform nicely? Yeah. Is it cute? Yeah. I traveled with it a couple times. So that has a good base shade in there, a little neutral look you can do with a little pop of color. It's cute. It's nice. Had I seen this in one of their other sets, I would not have bought it. I would not. It was this 1000%. One other thing from the Hood Witch collab that I think is worth mentioning. This one I do see full price still at Ulta, and I'm just like, okay. Now, when I was reviewing this Hood Witch collection, this was my number one, not complaint, but just like wish that they did differently. And a lot of you guys in the comments on that video said the same thing. This little thing you would think is, oh, that is the most beautiful lip gloss ever. It's not a lip gloss. But it should have been, because they did have a lip gloss come out that was very basic in packaging, but it was actually an amazing lip gloss, and I gave it to one of my sisters because she loved it so much, and I was like, I have a million lip glosses, I can part with it, have it, enjoy it, and she loves it so much. But this one should have been the lip gloss. However, this is like an eyeshadow glittery, shimmery thing. It's not quite a glitter. It's not quite like a normal liquid shadow. So I used it today just to show you guys, and it is really pretty. When did this launch come out? A year ago? You want to know how many times I've used this? Today would have been the 3rd. Because I forgot about it. I put it like, you know, out in when my stuff used to be in my bathroom, I put it like out so I would see it. I literally forgot about it every single day. I never ever reached for it. I thought maybe because it has the crystal on there, I'll think about it, I'll use it. It didn't make a difference. Had this been a lip gloss, I would have put it in my bag and I would have used it every day. So they missed the mark on that one. Now I'll mention these ColourPop Super Shock Shadows, which is so hard to say 10 times fast. I'll mention these because I've heard about Super Shocks for so long. Wasn't it like their original product that they come out with? And I never got around to buying any of them until they put a Disney castle on it. You guys, I am a sucker for Disney. I mean, like, oh my gosh, my mug that I'm drinking out of today is a Disneyland mug. So you know where my heart is. So when makeup and Disney come together to make products, yeah, I want it. I want them. Yes, please. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So this was my first Super Shock purchase. Again, how many times that I've used them? A couple times each without filming, you know, after filming. So I think that they are really pretty. They're really gorgeous. I don't regret it or anything. And they are definitely a collector's piece for me. But I don't think about single shadows at all because I'm using palettes most of the time, and pretty big palettes that they slip my mind. And every time like I open my drawer and I'm going through things, I'm like, oh, I should have used that. And then another month passes and I don't. So this is what I bought just for the packaging, and they probably had ones like this that didn't have the packaging. I'm pretty sure the purple, they have a similar one. Turquoise, I don't know. I loved that shade. So that's a little half and half packaging, half the beautifulness of it. But yep, I get questions on this one a lot, and I'm sorry. I probably should stop using it at some point, but I bought it and I'm gonna use it and I love it. That is this little eyelash curler from Tarte. It's from their mermaid collection. I want to say 2 years ago. 100% bought it just for the packaging. I mean, look it. It's a mermaid tail. It's so cute. I've seen some similar dupes at TJ Maxx and stuff, so if you're really obsessed with that, you can probably find it. And sometimes it shows up on Tarte's sale page, sometimes it's not there. Very weird. I don't know, but it works very well. I do like it, but it is pricey. Do other cheaper eyelash curlers work? Yeah. Does this remind me to use it because it's fun? Yeah. So, you know. Mascara. Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara in the... This is the anniversary one. Yes, this is the part of this collection right here. So I had already had a couple backup tubes. This one used to be my favorite mascara before I found the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara that was like a better dupe than this product right here. So I used to have like kind of, not a hoard, but I had a few tubes of this laying around. And I bought this anyways when this collection came out because it was glittery and sparkly. Dude, that's a problem. That is a problem that I can recognize that I need to not do, and I'm getting better at not doing stuff like that, where it's like, oh, but it's limited edition packaging, and I just need to be like, no, 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 no. You have backups of it already, like, chill. So I'm like, okay, lesson learned with this one, because by time I got to this one, I had already fallen in love with a different one. So I just actually unboxed this maybe last month, and I'm like, okay, I should probably start using this now. It's been a while and I need to start using it. And yeah, I like this mascara. I still think it's a good mascara. Would I rather buy an $8 mascara from CoverGirl than this $24 one or whatever it is? Yes, I would rather buy the CoverGirl one. So, yep, this one surprised me just as much as it might be surprising you. A set of eyelashes. How could packaging of eyelashes get me into buying it? Because they're eyelashes. Barbie. Pure. Another character. Again, oh my gosh, I have a problem. These lashes, would I have even batted an eye, pun intended, at these had it not been in a Barbie packaging? No, because Pure has eyelashes and I don't gravitate to them at all. I've never tried any of their eyelashes before. Put it in a box that's labeled with a Barbie on it. I bought it. So cute. I did buy it on sale in my defense and it was like very discounted. So maybe it was part of the packaging and part of the, but like honestly, would I have bought their regular lashes if they were on sale? No, I haven't. They go on sale all the time and I don't buy them, but I bought these. It's a problem. Okay, moving on. Moving on to lippies. Now, actually I do have the Barbie lip. That is also what I bought for the packaging alone, is the Purex Barbie lipstick. Do I love it? Yes. Did I only buy it for the packaging? Yes. It is so cute. How could you not pass it up? It is so pretty. Even the outer carton, you guys, is so cute. But look at it. Look at it. Look at it. I literally want all of my lipsticks to look like this and do this. Something. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you guys how many times I have tried to stop myself, successfully stopped myself from buying all the rest of the shades because the packaging alone is just so gorgeous. And I keep stopping myself because there are 3 shades that I know I'm not gonna wear that often. This one is the one that's just nude. I know I'm gonna wear it a lot and I do, and it's nice. The nude one I do love. I do wish everything came in that packaging because it is so beautiful and pretty. My only complaint is it doesn't fit in my lipstick holders because it's actually massive. It doesn't look that big, but it actually is very large. So yeah. Anyways, I should have it in my purse though, so I can show it off and be like, look at my pretty lipstick. Anyways, a few lip glosses I want to mention. One of these is pretty new, so I don't want to go into it too much, but I did buy it just for the packaging. Really, when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, probably. And that is going to be the Jeffree Star The Gloss in Wizard's Glass. This is a half and half because I do love the shade, but I'm gonna say that this counts as just buying it just with the packaging because when he came out with his new Bloodlust collection that just launched, when he was doing his reveal video, I didn't care which gloss I was gonna get at first. I was just like, I need one of those glosses. Why? Because there's a purple top on it and I love purple. So that's a problem, that's an issue. It took me like from the time that he did the reveal video and the actual launch date, I was trying to decide that whole time which gloss do I want, like which one, and I couldn't really narrow it down, and I finally narrowed it down to Wizard's Glass. But I feel like that kind of goes to show you that I originally was intending to buy it just because the limited edition packaging. So I do love this Wizard's Glass gloss. I think it is beautiful. Wow, that's a tongue twister. I think it is beautiful, but I do feel like with his lip glosses, you don't need to own a bunch of them. For me, my top 2 now is gonna be this one and the Ice Cold shade. I think those are 2 beautiful ones because I like that this one I can put on when I'm not wearing any lippy and adds just a tint of color to my lips and a little bit of shimmer. But I don't think you need all of them because a lot of them look very similar. So I'm gonna try to keep that in mind in his future launches, that I don't need a bunch of them unless he comes out with ones that's just super unique. These lip glosses I 100% bought for the packaging and I don't like them at all. And that's the ColourPop Elsa and Frozen lip gloss. I hate these. I hate these. I hate these. And you know what? I learned my lesson, you guys, because when ColourPop came out with the Sailor Moon collab this month and they came out with a lip gloss, I didn't buy it. Was it hard to resist the urge? Yes, but I learned my lesson nonetheless. So I tried these lip glosses. This is my first lip gloss purchase from ColourPop and I didn't like them at all. The reason why I don't like them is because I hate the lip brush. I hate it. It's a plasticky brush. It's very firm at first and then you kind of have to break it, but even still, once it breaks and it becomes more flexible, I hate it. I like doe foot applicators myself. Brushes, I'm trying to think, do I have any lip glosses with a brush? I don't think I do. I think these might be the only ones. And there's probably a reason for that because they don't work well and they suck and I hate them. So why would I purposely purchase one that does that. I could get past the applicator if they performed well and they were nice. I don't like them at all. It feels like a cheap gloss. And then I really don't like this one. You have to layer it to get pigment. And then when you layer it, what happens with the gloss that you have to layer, and it's thick and it's goopy, and no, I don't like these. No. Just bought for the packaging. Learned my lesson though, so hey. But that is it for my makeup that I purchased just because of the packaging. Let me know if we have anything in common down below, if there was any of these that you bought just for the packaging, and what are your thoughts on them. If you are new here and this is your first video that you've ever seen of mine, I would love it so much if you would consider subscribing before you go. That way you get notified when I post more videos, which is 3 times a week, like I said, all beauty related and all cruelty free as well. And go ahead and tap that bell if it's not already tapped. That way YouTube is more likely to notify you. And you can follow me on social media, especially if YouTube never notifies you, because I try to let you guys know on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of those, if I've posted a video, so you don't miss out. Because I've had people comment that like, oh, I thought you disappeared off the face of the earth, but really I'm 9 videos behind because YouTube never tells me. And I'm sorry for that. There's nothing I can do, but I'm here, drinking my tea and playing with makeup. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today though. This was super fun. I can't wait to do some more. I hope that every single one of you out there, every single one of you, go out there and have a great, freaking, awesome, wonderful, beautiful day. That I just would go crazy. What is it? What's the word? Put in my box to give away to friends and family. No, blah, blah, blah. Don't over explain it, Ashley. All right, now starting with face primer, of course, because that's the first thing that I'm gonna be using. The Jelly Off primer. I have the Jelly Joff. I've said this 19 times. For the milk. Now, yes. So yeah, attention too. So, all of my lipsticks, and number 2, I forgot number 2. All right, now all right, let's dive into it. So all right. Ooh, okay. Makeup that you see today.